So there is an enormous energy field of unrest and dissatisfaction on the planet. We are all connected to this energy field. We are all part of this life. Now, when you look at nature, let's say animals, trees, apparently they are much more okay with silence, with pausing, having pauses in their day, with nothingness. This is the idea. Silence. I'm not saying to give up our human side and to be like animals. But we can learn. We have things to learn from animals and from nature. And I think the biggest lesson to learn, perhaps, is the being okay with nothingness, being okay with waiting. We can all agree, I think, that on this planet, this huge energy field of unrest has become the driving force for our technological advancement, for our socio-political evolution, and all these like big things that make up our human species, our culture, all these things that characterize humanity. So my message is simple and clear. Take time to do nothing, or take time to non-do. If our actions, if our choices are continuously coming from this place of unrest, this place of, I don't know exactly what's wrong, but something is wrong, and I want out. I don't want to feel this pressure. So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna get I'm gonna strive for something. I'm gonna go make more money, maybe. Or I'm gonna have this project. I'm gonna go look for a partner. Or I don't know. It has millions of ways of expressing itself. But if we don't go down to the core essence of this unrest, which is in the end is just a fear. For thousands of years we had to, struggle to survive. Nowadays, our technology and our conditions are so, easy. Almost nobody dies of hunger in a advanced Western country. I don't know what they do in more poor countries of the world. I guess people die of hunger, but I think more than ever before, less and less people are dying of hunger and of these essentials that we need for survival. So then this fear had a purpose. Its purpose was to get us to evolve and to bring us to where we are today. So it's not that it's a bad thing, but it tends to bring everlasting hunger and everlasting suffering for whoever is caught in this field of unrest. take time to meditate. And not like meditate like some Buddhist this is just one of the millions of ways. The idea is take time to sit and do nothing. Nature helps a lot. It helps a lot to have trees around you. It helps a lot. But give this to yourself. Even if you're in a city, find a place with more trees, with less noise. Go there for a little bit. Don't stay inside on your phone all day. I have nothing against technology, my friends. Like, your phone is a very useful tool. Just don't get stuck there. Do something different. I would like to ask the help of the Gene Keys book right now. It's a wonderful book that I've been reading for years now by Richard Rudd. And inside it is a small piece that says, "We have created a world in which individual groups operate independently of each other in their need to compete and maintain their genetic lines. It may not seem that way, but the fear is the same old fear. Your desire to have a bigger house or a faster car is actually born out of a huge collective energy field of fear and competition, which in turn is rooted in a much older fear. The fear of survival is what I'm talking about here." And I continue reading, which says, "The larger your bank balance, the less chance there is of failure. This is how your mind thinks at the shadow frequency. This is how money has become the great symbol of success in the modern world." And it's obvious. The more money you have, the more successful you are. What is success? What is the more money you have, the less chance of failure? Failure of what? I mean, in truth, life is meaningless. Everything that is going on doesn't really have a big supreme purpose or some big goal to reach. Everything is just kind of going on, and that's great. But we seem to think that there is something that we need to do, something that we need to achieve. And achieving stuff is just fine, but it's the way in which you do it. If you go about your day and in your daily actions, but your actions are coming out of a place of fear, and if I don't succeed, then something bad will happen, then you're never going to be content, never going to be satisfied. Which is why it's important to breathe. Breathe deeply. Give some time to yourself to sit down and be. You don't have to do it for 10 years on a mountain, meditating and all this stuff. Just start with 2 minutes today. Just 2 minutes. Go and sit down for a little bit. Relax. Human progress can be just great. It can be a huge celebration of our abilities and our intelligence and our ingenuity, which are all qualities of human beings. But when it stems out of a place of lack, then you're fucked, basically. Excuse my language. But it's a simple truth. I would like you to entertain an idea for a minute. It's just an imagination game. Imagine that you don't achieve all these goals that you have. Furthermore, imagine that humanity doesn't achieve its goals. Even more than that, imagine that all life on the planet and the planet itself doesn't achieve its goals. Let's say the simple goal of surviving. Imagine if all humanity and the planet don't make it. Imagine that we all die. The whole planet dies. And let's say that you're viewing this, let's say, from a very far away view, like you're a camera, an eye, and you're looking at the planet from far away, and it dies, it explodes, whatever, doesn't matter. It fails to survive. It doesn't achieve survival. Is that really such a bad thing? What has happened? Is it really a bad thing? Is it... I think that the universe would just find another point in which to experience itself. Instead of humanity on planet Earth, it can be some other place too, you know, it's fine. So let yourself off this hook. Let yourself relax. Even in this scenario, even in the scenario of total destruction of everything that you know, even this is okay. Life is just gonna find another place to experience life. And that's gonna be you also. Just like you are here. Just like you are experiencing life here as a human being, or whatever, human being. Or as a tree, or as a star, or as a planet in a distant solar system, or as the center of the galaxy, or whatever other unknown stuff exists. You are all those things. So now then, with this pressure of life removed from your shoulders, what would you like to do? You are alive here, you have an opportunity. What do you want to do with your time? If the pressure of existence was removed from your shoulders, what would you do? If you just imagine that you are free, just imagine that you are free, what would you do with the time, with the opportunities, and the energy that you have? How would you live your life?